Denave sells itself on scale. 26 plus years in business, $7 billion plus in sales revenue generated for clients, operations spanning 5 continents and dozens of countries at once. That's a real enterprise track record, and it's genuinely impressive on its own terms, and it's also exactly the reason the SMB reality of actually buying from them looks nothing like the pitch deck a smaller team sees first, before anyone mentions a number. Start with what Denave actually is, before getting anywhere near a price. Per the company's own site, Denave positions itself as an end-to-end sales enablement provider, not just a data vendor, spanning technology, telecom, e-commerce, FMCG, and retail. Operating in more than 50 countries and 500 plus cities with named clients including Adobe, Amazon, Apple, Dell, HP, Lenovo, and SAP. The company also cites over 75,000 combined years of sales enablement experience across its teams, alongside the 26 plus years the company itself has operated as a whole. That's a genuinely large operation, built for global enterprise accounts running coordinated campaigns across multiple markets at once, not a self-serve list you download once and load into a sending tool yourself. And the inquiry process shows exactly who that scale is actually built for.
Denaf's own lead request form asks prospective buyers to select a monthly budget range specifically for B2B data prospecting: 1 to 2 lakh rupees, 2 to 5 lakh, 5 to 10 lakh, or 10 lakh plus, in dollar terms, roughly 1,200 to 2,400 a month at the entry tier, climbing past 12,000 a month at the top tier. Those are the vendor's own published budget categories, straight off their own form, not our estimate of what a deal might eventually cost after negotiation. There's no tier below that lowest bracket on the form at all, which tells you roughly where the conversation starts before a single word gets spoken to a sales rep on either side.
3 details matter if you're a smaller team reading the Adobe and Amazon client list and wondering whether Denave actually fits your budget. First, the inquiry form itself has no budget category under roughly $1,200 a month, which functions as a soft floor on who even gets a real conversation with a sales rep. Second, pricing is fully custom and quote-based across the board. There is no published per contact or per list rate anywhere on the site to compare against before you fill out that form. Third, the segments Denave explicitly lists as served include large enterprise, mid-market, and SMB in its own marketing copy, but the budget tier structure on the actual inquiry form and the client roster both point to our enterprise accounts as the real center of gravity, regardless of what the segment list says. So here's the price check at the volume we use across this whole series: a 5000 contact list through Quarvio, $129, one time, verified before delivery, no inquiry form required. The comparable volume through Denave's custom enterprise pricing, roughly $5,000, based on the budget tiers the company itself publishes on its own inquiry form. That's not a small gap, it's close to 40 times the price for a managed enterprise campaign with dedicated account management attached, rather than a self-serve list you simply buy once and walk away with. To be fair to Denave, 26 years of sales enablement experience, tele-verified data, and coordinated operations across 50 plus countries are real capabilities that a self-serve data vendor simply doesn't offer and was never trying to. For a genuinely large enterprise running coordinated multi-market campaigns with dedicated account management on the other end of the phone, that's a legitimate reason to pay enterprise rates rather than shop for the cheapest list. It's a mismatch specifically for a smaller team that just wants a verified contact list to plug into a sending tool. The product Denave actually sells isn't sized for that buyer at all, regardless of how the SMB line in the marketing copy reads. So here's the plain verdict: no hedging. Denave is a full-service enterprise database and sales enablement company genuinely built for large accounts running managed campaigns across India and the Gulf region specifically, and genuinely not built for a lean team that wants a self-serve contact list at a price it can check in advance before ever picking up the phone. In the stack we actually run, Quarvio supplies verified contacts at a transparent one-time price, instantly handles sending and warm-up, InfoMail keeps the inboxes clean and authenticated, and AimFox runs LinkedIn outreach in parallel, entirely off the email domain. Read the budget tiers on the inquiry form before you ever book the call. They'll tell you faster than any sales conversation ever could whether you're actually the customer Denave is built to serve in the first place.